Go on, John.
I've heard the phrase that the tipping point of judgment. You know, in the halls of justice, they hold scales.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like the tipping point of judgment.
Yes.
But I've also heard that the cup of iniquity is full. And I believe that the cup of iniquity has been being filled for decades, and it's at that overflowing point, and judgment is going to come to America. But when we go back to what's happening, you know, I know we're going to get into this later, but, you know, is America in Bible prophecy? You know what I'm saying? Is it ordained that America will step down from being the #1 world superpower, super cop? Okay? But what really bothers me is this double standard that they're using to trump up charges against our president, literally minor things that past presidents, not too far past,
That's right.
that actually did to a far greater degree. Now,
Absolutely.
I have not heard Hannity or anybody talk about this, but I can't believe it's not been brought up. Our last president openly campaigned to try to defeat Netanyahu in Israel. It was totally on the news.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
And that same past president openly campaigned to affect the results in France just weeks ago.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's like, why is it wrong for Russia to favor one candidate if the last president can openly campaign for the results against leaders in another country?
Right.
And here's what's going on. It's what God spoke to me several years ago. I was at Heritage USA with Rick Joyner, Heritage International, I think it's called. And I gave a word. There would be a great wounding on the left.
Yes.
And I heard from Rick Joyner yesterday.
Yes.
And he said, Jim, what's going on? The left has been so wounded. They thought they were going to win. They thought for sure they were going to win. They thought it was it was guaranteed that they were going to win. And he said the wounding is, they're so angry like a bear that's been wounded. And they're just absolutely going to do anything possible to destroy. How in the world, a few weeks after a president's elected, they won't let him govern? And they're working so hard to bring him down.
Well, you know, it really, really irks me that not just our last past president, but previous presidents that made agreements to these other countries like Mexico and China and all of these countries, giving away our jobs, taking away tariffs. Do you realize that if we would have kept tariffs on foreign products, American products would have continued to be made in America? But literally, the NAFTA laws and all of these other laws and agreements literally sold American jobs to all these other countries. Yeah. That should be treasonous.
Yes.
That should be treasonous.
That's right.
And Trump is trying to reverse these agreements, and they're calling him the traitor. I mean, this doesn't make any sense.